The fruit of the Spirit. The fruit of the Spirit. I want to thank the Lord for another blessed, beautiful day. I'm giving a great shout out to the YouTube fam. Y'all know who you are, from Papa JT down to baby brother Justice. We love you. There is nothing you can do about it. I did a video a while back called "Are You Bearing Good Fruit?" What kind of fruit are you bearing? But this time I want to talk about the fruit of the Spirit. Do you have the fruit of the Spirit? And I want to go to Galatians chapter 5, verses 22 through 23. Matter of fact, let's just say verses 22 through 26. Are you bearing good fruit, and do you have the fruit of the Spirit? And it says, but the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, patience, or some might say long-suffering, kindness, goodness, and the one everybody have a problem with, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. Against such things is no law. Now, out of all those things I called out, which one are you missing? Or do you have all of them? Now, some might say it's only one fruit with 9 attributes, or some might say 9 different fruits. However you want to look at it, I leave that up to you. Because a lot of people debate about that, but not JT. I care less about that. And then verse 24 says, and they that are Christ have crucified the flesh with the affections and lusts. Somebody gonna say, well, JT, why do we still sin? He said, and they that are Christ have crucified the flesh with the affections and lusts. Well, I'm gonna let you answer your own question. Everybody's different on that. 25 say, but if we live in the Spirit, let us walk in the Spirit. Let me back up on that one. If we live in the Spirit, let us walk in the Spirit. Ain't too many can do that. And verse 26 says, let us not be of vainglory, provoking one another, envying one another. Uh-oh. There go that word, envying one another. Let us not be of vainglory in provoking one another, envying one another. Envy, jealousy is all over. Now, once again, how many of these fruits of the Spirit do you have? Can somebody see it inside of you? Can a person know you about your Father's business without you saying, I'm a Christian, I'm saved and sanctified, and I'm holy, I'm holy. Can a person see this without you even opening up your mouth saying it? The fruits of the Spirit. Now, let's look at them individually. Look at the word love. Y'all often hear me talk about agape love, being able to love unconditionally, loving somebody in spite of what they have done for you. Done to you. Can you still love them? Do you have the love of God? Because the Lord told us if you don't love your brother, it's almost impossible for you to love him. And when I think about the word love, I compare that with a strawberry. The fruit of love. And we all pretty much, most people love strawberries and how sweet they are. And then we look at the word joy. Do you have that joy? The joy inside of you, the world can't give it to you, nor take it away from you. And when I think of the word joy, I think about a pineapple, because it have that happy smell. And we move on to the word peace. Good God Almighty. Being at a state of rest by seeking God, not religion. Seeking that having that relationship with God. Completeness, wholeness. Good God Almighty. Being calm. I think about a watermelon. I think about a watermelon and how good it is. And then when you look at patience, or some might say long-suffering, endurance, holding out, waiting on the Lord, it reminds me of a lemon. Because a lemon, you eat it very slowly. These fruits All things was created by the Lord. And I love to talk about fruit. Even in Revelations, it teaches you about that tree bearing that fruit, bearing those 12 crops once a month. And when we look at the word kindness, see, let me break down kindness and being nice for a minute. Kindness, you can be kind but not nice in so many ways. Because nice is being agreeable. But kindness is acting good of people, regardless of how they treated you or how they treat you. And when I think about kindness, I think about a peach, because a peach is so soft and tender. If you let that peach, be at its time. And when we move on, we look at the word goodness. That word goodness right there. Being good, moral excellence, generosity. I think about a banana. A lot of children's favorite fruit is bananas and apples, oranges. But that banana always reminds me of a child. And when you be good to people, people should do good to you back, but we find out that don't happen like that. We find out family ain't like that. We find out everybody that you thought was with you was pretty much against you. And you find yourself being by yourself, but you ain't alone. You got God with you. Then we think about faithfulness, the one pretty much a lot of folks have a problem with. When you hear that word faithful, are you faithful in your marriage? Are you faithful to God? Do you submit yourself to God? See, submitting for man, it go past just being married. How many can actually submit themselves to God and be faithful? Committing yourself to others like Paul was teaching us. And when I think about faithfulness, I think about a cherry. Because two are together in the marriage. But you notice two cherries be on the stem. And I think about others when I see that cherry, because we should all be encouraging each other, helping one another. Then we got gentleness, meekness, balance in spirit, even-tempered, under control, meek but not weak. People think meek is being weak, but it's not. There is nothing weak about a Christian. Shouldn't be. Because the Bible teaches us how to be bold. And when I think of gentleness, I think of grapes. Because everybody like to share their grapes. See, when you gentle, you don't mind sharing with others. When you humble, you don't mind sharing with others. If you buy a basket of grapes, and if you around somebody, you pretty much gonna share them grapes. Her, try this. And everybody I'm around, when they eat grapes, they always offer them to somebody else. They'll give you your own stem with those grapes on it. Now let's talk about self-control. Having that command to handle yourself. Being disciplined with yourself. Checking yourself. Discipline yourself. I think about an apple when I think about self-control. And when you don't have self-control, don't nobody want to fool with you. So what are you missing out of all of these? Love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness. A lot of people make a commitment to God, but they don't stand by it. And they think they be making a commitment, but really they just making a bargain with God. Well, God, if you do this for me, then I'll do this for you. I promise I'll start doing this only if you do this for me. God is not a God that you bargain with. And you better be careful when you bargain with God. The fruits of the Spirit. How many do you have and how many are you missing? May God bless you and may God keep you.